Hi students, now I am going to teach you poem 11. The name of the poem is For Annie Gregory. It is written by William Butler Yeats. He is shortly called as W.B. Yeats. And William Butler Yeats, he lived during 1865 to 1939. He was an Irish nationalist. He was educated in London and Dublin. He was interested in folklore and mythology. He got the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1923. Some of his important works are The Second Coming and He Wishes for the Clouds of Heaven. And now I am going to give a little intro about the poem. W.B. Yeats For Annie Gregory was published as a part of a collection, The Winding Stair and Other Poems. The poem mentions about his conversation with Lady Gregory's granddaughter, named Annie Gregory. Lady Gregory and Yeats had a similar taste for Irish folk legends, and together they opened the Abbey Theatre. And this poem consists of a conversation between a young man and an old woman. Now I am going to give you the summary of the poem. In the poem, the poet is speaking to Annie Gregory, in which he claims that the men who love her or may not love her only for her honey colored hair are actually unaware of her inner beauty, which is hidden because of her outer appearance. To this, Annie Gregory responds by stating that she agrees that men may love her for her beautiful hair, but she could always dye them for looking ugly, so that then whoever loves her would love her for who she is. The poet concludes by saying that the old man he met last night told him that God would surely love Annie irrespective of her outer beauty. Title. The title, it reflects a relaxed conversation between Annie Gregory and Yeats. Yeats had actually tried to make her aware of her inner beauty, which perhaps the world couldn't see. Stanza 1. Never shall a young man throw into despair by those great honey-coloured ramparts at your ear love you for yourself alone and not your yellow hair. And the poem starts with the speaker addressing Annie Gregory. The speaker says that her beautiful honey-coloured hair can make any man fall in love with her. This love is not for Annie Gregory but for her beautiful structure or features. Annie Gregory's gorgeous hair have been compared to walls, which symbolizes outer beauty that prevents anyone from looking inside for her inner beauty, that is inner soul. This beauty can capture any man's attention so that he may never be able to look beyond that beauty and into the character of anyone. This is what which makes the speaker believe that no man can love Annie for what she is without her beauty. One can love her only for her beautiful yellow hair and her beauty. Stanza 2. But I can get a hair dye and set such color there, brown or black or carrot, that young men in despair may love me for myself alone and not my yellow hair. In the second stanza, Annie replies to the speaker, that is to the young man who talked to her at the first stanza. She says that what is visible from the outside is very superficial and it is not important. She gives an example of her beautiful hair, that she can change the color of her hair at any time. She can dye them in black, brown or carrot color or some other color else. Just like the color of her hair, it is changeable. Outer beauty is always changeable. Outer beauty of any kind is changeable, and hence it may not be true. She wants to tell the speaker that anyone falling in love with her must see the actual person behind the beauty. Annie thinks that young men who fall in love with her must love her for what she is and not for her yellow hair or the outward appearance or external beauty. Stanza 3. I heard an old religious man, but yesternight declare that he had found a text to prove that only God, my dear, could love you for yourself alone and not for your yellow hair. In the third and final stanza of the poem, the speaker replies to Annie's statement about love for internal and not for the external beauty. The speaker mentions an old religious man who announced that he had found a text in which it is written that only God is capable of looking beyond the external beauty. Only God loves the person who is internally good. That is, the God is giving importance only to the soul, not to the outer beauty. Here speaker means that humans do not have the depth and understanding to look inside the soul of a person or any human being. Humans are always carried away by the shine and glitter of outer beauty, and they never care to know what kind of person they are talking to. They give importance only to the outside beauty or external appearance. Therefore, the speaker concludes that only God can love Annie only for herself and not for the external beauty. Now I am going to give the meaning of the hard words: despair, hopelessness, ramparts, lock of hair around ear, hair dye, color used for hair, yesternight, last night, declare, to announce, text, written material. Alliteration. What is alliteration? Repetition of initial consonant sounds in the same line. For example, and not your yellow hair. In the word your and yellow, the first in this word, in the two words, and not your yellow hair, your and yellow, both the words they begin with the same consonant. The first alphabet is same, your, yellow, so they gave the same sound. So we can call it as alliteration. So repetition of initial consonant sounds in the same line is called alliteration. Next we are going to see metaphor. A device which compares two things or qualities which are unliked. Which are unliked means not same. So honey colored ramparts. Rampart, what is the meaning of ramparts? Ramparts is a lock of hair around the ear. So it is compared to honey. So it is a comparison of two things which are not same. So once again I will repeat, in this poem we come across two figures of speech or poetic devices. One is alliteration. Repetition of initial consonant sounds in the same line is called alliteration. And metaphor, a device which compares two things or qualities which are unlike. And the last one is rhyme scheme. The rhyme scheme of the poem is A, B, C, B, D, P. You can see the first paragraph, it ends with a man, it ends with N, despair, it is different. So first word we are given as A, next B, third one you see honey colored, it is different, so we have given it as C. Then at ear, E, despair, ear, it gives the same sound. So for second line we have given B. So now for fourth line we are giving B. Alone, it is different. So A, B, C we have already given. So we are giving the sound D. Then hair, despair, ear, hair, they have the same sound. So again we are giving the B. So the rhyme scheme of the poem is A, B, C, B, D, P. So in stanza 2 also we have the same dye, there, carrot. 3 are different, so we have given A, B, C. Fourth line despair, there, both are same, so B. The next one is alone, it is highly different, so D. Then hair, despair, there, B. So likewise for the third stanza also, man, declare, prove, dear, alone, hair. So man, A, declare is different, so B, prove, C. Declare, dear, same, so B. Alone, it is highly different, D. Then hair, once again it is B. So, rhyme scheme of the given poem is A, B, C, B, D, B. Thank you children. Have a nice day. I hope you all understood this poem. If there is any doubt, you can ask me in the Zoom meeting. Thank you.